Ever since I could remember, I wanted to be an artist. At 9, I was enrolled in my grandfather's free martial arts program with my play cousins and other kids from around the neighborhood. It was dope though, because we got the opportunity to compete in tournaments around the nation and we racked up. But it also instilled a sense of pride, culture. We operated as a team, and that team consisted of many strong Black families built with integrity and faith. There was also an appreciation for everyone's unique gifts. We created safe spaces to share those gifts with the next generation. I remember being in church, watching in awe as our worship leaders did their thing. And these were award-winning musicians, dancers, tech professionals, storytellers. But on Sundays, they were servants, and art was their ministry. I loved walking into dance rehearsals led by Black ballerinas who carried themselves with so much grace. They taught us discipline and technique. They encouraged us to express ourselves freely from our face to the bottom of our feet. I made solid friendships and gained performance experience. Although I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, I knew art was home. But at 17, the pressure was on to go to a good school, major in something meaningful, get a good job. As supportive as my parents were of my creativity, there was an undertone. Art wasn't going to pay the bills. And I started believing that too. Quickly abandoned my creative dreams of being a star and headed off to a small liberal arts college in the middle of nowhere, trying to figure out what I would do with my life instead. There was always a war between what I wanted to do and what I felt I was supposed to do. I majored in communications because it seemed like a happy medium. I took the theater classes, but I also did the boring stuff to try to secure the bag. And still, after 10 years, I regret not taking full advantage of all the artistic opportunities on campus. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have fought a little harder for my freedom to create. I played it safe and resented everyone else for it. Jealous of whoever dared to dream and lead with their creativity. But I've spent what feels like a lifetime trying to return back to my artistic roots, determined to use all the experiences God has given me and all the lessons I've learned to create the life I've always dreamed of. I needed my childhood just as much as I needed college and the corporate world. All things work together for my good. So as I slowly start to peek my head out from the valleys and shadows of shame and disappointment, I hope to encourage someone else to never run into those dark places to begin with. I would love to blame my parents or circumstances for why I'm not at Beyonce type levels right now. But the truth is that I gave up on myself. I convinced me that as talented as I might have been to my mama or friends in them, it was unrealistic for me to be a professional artist. I was afraid and internalized the fear of others, allowing it to confine me to a state of comfortability. Was I genuinely doing everything I could to realize my dreams? Maybe I thought I was at the time, but I wasn't consistent. I didn't fight hard enough for it like the mentors I had idolized. But I'm thankful for those Black civil rights superheroes, my parents and community leaders who fought for the right to create. They showed me a life that I could dream of because it was possible. But I'm learning you gotta do the work. And this work consists of finding time to prioritize practicing your gifts, honoring your skills by investing in learning them deeply. But we must stop telling ourselves that art isn't enough when in reality, it's everything. And I know it's hard to believe when the bills are piling up and it doesn't seem like the community is receiving your work, but please understand, it's all a part of the game. And the first step is deciding to be an artist, despite all odds, knowing there's no other path for you, and proving yourself right every day by how hard you work at it. I wish I could give you the blueprint for finding the motivation to create when you're not feeling up for it, but I can tell you that it's something you shouldn't overthink. We have so many stories to tell that can inspire others to think differently about the world. And whatever mediums we use to share those stories, that's art. We get tripped up trying to compare our talents to others and censor ourselves out of fear of not being liked or accepted. But you know this already. So how can you stop doubting yourself? I think it starts by picking up the pen and sharing your thoughts. Start confronting that negativity and pushing past it little by little. Protect your passions. They are not meaningless hobbies. If you don't take them seriously, no one else will. So let's do this thing together and begin appreciating life and art for the new opportunities they bring every day to get you closer to that sense of purpose and fulfillment. What's something you always wanted to do, but you lack the faith to pursue? How can you start taking the necessary steps to reclaim your time and go after what you want? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to support you, encourage you. We gotta do this thing.